Hey everyone, it's Lance with Ride with Lance, and today we have the Eclio Lumeo 2, and we are going to take it out for the rider experience starting now. Eclio Lumeo 2 is a carbon fiber bike with dual batteries. This is a street cruiser that can also be used as a commuter. And right off the bat, I have it adjusted for a really nice, comfortable, upright riding position. I'm sitting pretty much straight up and down. Got the handlebars, because it has an adjustable stem up here. I pulled that stem back, which made the bars rise, and then I just adjusted the angle of the bars. And of course, all the controls. So I don't have much of a reach. And the swept back of these bars, it's a little too much for my liking, but it's not bad. You might be asking, why am I wearing gloves? Well, today it's in the low 90s right now, and they have these kind of like leather wrapped grips, and they'll make your hands sweat really quick. They don't really have any airflow through them, so that's why I got gloves on. But they do make this bike stick out. I will stop a little later, give you an overview of this bike. But it is, like I said in the short video I made, it is a very elegant looking bike. Now this is dual battery. It's got two batteries, one in the down tube, one in the where the seat post is. The battery is actually the seat post, and they're both removable, and they're both 48 volt 9.6 amp hour batteries. So basically you have a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery, and now they are claiming 125 mile range, but we all know in the real world it's probably more like a quarter of that, because not everybody is the same weight, not everybody has the same riding conditions, and not everybody rides the bike the same way. Like right now, I'm in PAS 5, and I just got a good cadence with my legs going. Very comfortable cadence. And speaking of that, this is a torque sensor bike, and it is, so far, one of the smoothest torque sensors I've ever felt. So if you're looking for a bike for exercise, this might be a good choice, or one to look into. Now we do have a throttle that can override it, and this will take us on throttle to 20 miles an hour before it cuts out. But this is a 28 mile an hour bike, so I can pedal to 28 with motor assist. I know I just said it. This definitely is a bike for exercise. I am in PAS 5. I am in gear 3 now. And if I really stomp on the pedals, it does pick up, but there's still a lot of my effort in there. If I go to gear 7, there's a lot of my effort in there too. But a lot of people are going to like that. There are no surprises of sudden bursts of power when you don't want it. All right, let's do a little throttle only here. Yeah, this is a nice cruiser. It's got the 2.5-inch wheels or tires on 26-inch rims with a street tread, so they're quiet and they're really grippy. So you can really, or you can feel like lean into these turns like this, and it's a secure, safe feeling that you're not gonna slide out. And I'm not saying really lay it down so you're dragging your knee or anything, because then it would slide out. But it feels like both wheels are secure on the ground, that they're getting really good traction. Comes with a seat, same color as the grips. And it is more of a comfort seat, but it's hard. It's a comfortable hard, because it's spreading your weight out. Now, I know we're into the only like the first mile or two, so a few more miles will tell if you see me start standing up more to get blood into the back end. But so far, it's good. Now we're going to change that camera view, and then we're going to test this front suspension out. Let's try the suspension. Now this is not off-road suspension. This is street suspension. And it does pretty good. It definitely does great on the trail here. It is a soft and supple suspension. Kind of gives you that Cadillac vibes, where you don't feel much of the bumps. Now you do feel it in the back because there is no suspension seat post. And I do have the tires pumped up pretty good. So I could let out some air in the back tire and I'd get a little softer, but maybe on the next ride. But the front suspension is doing a pretty good job. It feels like they actually designed it for street bike path like this and not dirt. But you can take it down a dirt road or something. You'll just have to watch out for the big holes. Now the brakes on these, I couldn't find a brand name on them, so there's no labeling on them. But they do a very good job. They feel very solid when you pull the handles. And they stop you really good. Okay, we're not going to do that again. Last time I did this, I rode through somebody's party. I think I'll go this way. Which looks like I'm on the path. They can't block the path, but somebody else's party right here. So like I said, this is a carbon fiber bike. So without the batteries, the bike weighs 50 pounds. With the batteries, it weighs 67. So you're adding 17 pounds for batteries. This seat post one is probably why. It's got a lot more around the battery, but it does feel lighter when you're riding. We're gonna get up here around, down, and under the bridge and back up, and then we'll do the zigging and zagging test and see if we're feeling any flex in the frame. Let's start our zigging and zagging. Throttle. Whew. Some people ask, why do you do this? I do this to try and force frame flex and see if there's a wobble. And I felt neither. And it felt very secure to the ground. So we're going to come up here around the turn and we're going to do a hill climb ride. No pedaling. I want to see if this thing will do it with its peak power of 1,000 watts, if it's going to take me up the hill. So let's get over there and do that. So across the street here is the hill test. I'm going to keep it in PAS 5. I'm going to start right here. The first part is a gradual incline. Let's go. Full throttle. See, it's nice smooth takeoff. It is slow, but it doesn't surprise anybody at all. So the older crowd will appreciate this. It's building. Still increasing speed. We're at 18 miles an hour. We're at 20. So that's the max speed on throttle, keeping this class 2 legal. Now right here we're getting into the steeper part. And then this next street here, it gets a little even steeper. So now it's backing off a little. One thing I gotta say too is this motor is really quiet. I don't hear it straining or anything. We are losing speed, but it's not straining. We're down 16 miles an hour. 14. Looks like just over 13 miles an hour. All right, let's go back down the pathway here. Find a place to pull over and give you a closer look and overview of this bike. Yeah, right here. This is a nice spot. Nice shady spot. All right, there it is. The Eclio Lumeo 2 carbon fiber dual battery e-bike. Now, this is what I mean by how elegant it looks. It's just a really nice design. I mean, and the color they've used here and the finishing, I mean, it's carbon fiber, so you don't have any welds or anything. And this right here, this is a light. This will come on. Let's turn it on so I can show you. There's the display right there. That's what the display looks like. Now if we turn the light on, there's a light button right here. Off, on, and it's on both sides. And you do have a brake light underneath the seat there. Let's see if I can see it come on. Yep. And then there is also a headlight up here. But this is what I mean about elegance. They've just designed something that looks really nice. You got these nice grips that go with the black, and I don't even know what color they call this, but it goes with it well. The seat, it's comfortable so far, no problems, but it matches. And of course, the tan walls on the wheels. Now this does come with a Shimano Altus derailleur with 7-speed trigger shifting. Does have an electronic horn. Your thumb throttle is over here. Of course, the brakes are hydraulic disc on 180 millimeter rotors. They've done a pretty good job of wire management here. Nothing hanging way down here like some bikes. 750 watt motor down here that peaks at 1,000 watts. And really nice, smooth power delivery. No surprises. That's why I think it'll be great for the older crowd who are looking for just a cruiser bike. Nice low step through to get over that. Easy. The 2 batteries, like I said, this is a battery right here. This whole thing is a battery. And you charge it right there. This is a battery too. It's got a battery indicator right there. You can see it shows still all full bars. That one can be removed. You got a key here. Pull that out to charge that. And of course the rear rack. Just an overall elegant looking bike. It looks sophisticated, but let's get back to the ride. All right, so who do I think this bike is good for? I think it's going to be good for the person who just wants to do mellow cruising. Kind of like I'm doing right now. I'm just riding 10 miles an hour, getting some exercise, putting some pressure on the pedal and getting some power back, but nothing overwhelming, either from a physical standpoint of doing the work, some of the work yourself, or the power delivery from the bike. Now, I do think they've done a really good job of designing this bike, especially for us taller riders, because a lot of these commuter style, cruiser style bikes like this, they seem, a lot of them just seem to be very compact, where you feel like the handlebars are way up here. You feel like a giant on the bike. This one feels like you're more part of the bike. It's just like everything is relaxed. The arms are relaxed. They're not stretching too far. I'm not having any pain in the seat, so it looks like it's a keeper. So I think the older crowd would like this bike because of the step through, the ease of use, the smooth power delivery, and the fact that you can use it to get some decent exercise, as hard as you want or as light as you want. Because you always have that throttle too to override if your legs are just getting too tired for the trip. But I think this is just a great all-around bike. It's gonna be a good bike for errand running, quick trips to the grocery store, trips around your neighborhood, riding with friends. But anyways, this was a great first ride. This is a very nice bike. And if you're interested in learning more about this bike, I'll have a link in there. Of course, a discount code, but I'm not pressuring any of you guys to buy any particular bike. I'm just giving you that option and get a little money off if you do like it. Or just use the link to go to the website and learn more about Eclio and the Lumeo 2 and maybe some of the other bikes they offer. But anyways, got the bike pointed towards home. I said it right. I didn't say boik this time. I said bike. But that means you have a great day, great ride, great week, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.